there's a couple of things here that we, need to be aware of. The first thing is realistically, right? Let's just go into sort of, say, right, you work out. If you burn 700 calories in some exercise, which is a lot, that's intense, right? That's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of calories burned, right? So you're working your ass off, you're sweating, which again is another thing we're talking about. You burn 700 calories, right? That's 2 craft beers.
Yeah.
Then that's sort of done. Do you know what I mean? And you never want to think like that. That's why you never want to equate. It's a really unhealthy relationship when you start equating, like you see them at Easter time. Easter's coming up. Oh, there's many burpees to burn off this Easter egg. Shut the fuck up. No one cares about that. Shouldn't expect to lose a lot of weight by ramping up physical activity alone. While exercise is hugely important for overall health, how much and what you eat is much bigger, to the impact of your weight.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where when people start a new exercise routine and they start losing a little bit of, whether that's weight or fat, they automatically assume that it's the exercise that's getting them there. But when we probably look at things a little bit more critically, I think people who exercise tend to be a little bit more health seeking. So if you jump into a new gym, you invest in this new training routine, you're going to start consciously making, a lot of people do start making better decisions around their food. They start identifying with the activity that they're doing a little bit more, and that in a result can help further restrict or decrease their energy intake.
You have a lot of gyms now selling this fat burning zone, but if I just write fat burning zone, everyone's going to think 100%, they're going to think body fat burning zone.
Yeah.
That's not how thermodynamics works. That's not how energy, this is way more complex than a fat burning zone. So if I'm going at a certain intensity, it's usually like a lower intensity maybe, I'm probably going to use more fat, right? Fat as a fuel within the body. As my intensity kicks up, as my heart rate goes up, I'm probably going to switch to glucose. I'm going to start using carbohydrates as a fuel source, that a little bit better.
Yeah, for you more your shorter, sharper efforts.
But us humans, we should also be metabolically flexible between the two. We should be, right? And that's why you shouldn't be super low carb, super high fat, or vice versa, because then you're not becoming metabolically flexible between the two.
Yeah.
Okay, you think, if I don't have heaps of carbohydrates, then I'm just going to have heaps of fat, which means I'm going to burn more fat. It's like, what? That is ludicrous. It's absolutely bonkers. If I'm just pumping into exercise, but yet I'm dieting, then other metabolic rates have to slow down.
Yeah. Because you see it for the weekend warriors. People smash themselves in the morning. Well, you see it like Monday to Friday, really. Like people train in the morning, they train really hard. You're like, yep, that'll do me. I've burnt my 3,000 calories for the day, and now I've got the freedom to do whatever I want.
If only.
If only.
If only. Because again, there's that insulin hypothesis from James Krieger, where everyone believes once they start to lose weight, they just adapt to their new metabolic rate, right? Adaptive thermogenesis, if you want to call it. So, and then people think like, oh, I'm at 1,500 calories, now my body's just adapted to 1,500 calories, so now I need to go lower again. So people just keep pushing it lower and lower, but that's not the case. No. And it's proved that in research, the fact that it's your non-exercise activity that drops. Your exercise activity then drops.